Well, thank you very much for staying on the program. Let's look at other stories now. And the Deputy Minister of the Interior, James Agalga, is leading a team of delegation to Bimbilla to ascertain the security situation in that area. The Bimbilla town has been placed under curfew for almost a month now after a gun battle in that municipality left 8 people dead and several others injured. Joy News' Seth Kwame Boateng is with the delegation en route to Bimbilla and joins us over the telephone. Thank you very much for your time here, Seth.
Good morning, Chimney.
Indeed, good morning. Now, what are the expectations of this visit to Bimbilla?
Well, the Deputy Interior Minister has just arrived, and we are presently in front of the Chief Palace, and he's with the Northern Regional Minister. They're going to shake hands with the Chiefs, and there's heavy security here, Chimney. Heavy security here, and they are doing everything possible to ensure that the peace that has been restored will not be affected again. And the Deputy Interior Minister is hopeful that after this visit, after he's preached to the people the need for them to realize peace in this area and ensure that there is peace forever here, the people really appreciate that and see to it that the government can channel resources to improve their laws here. So he's basically here to tell them about the need to maintain peace and the need for them to ensure that they judge instead of war, and the fact that they should not use the barrel of the gun to settle their differences again. So from this meeting, the team will also go to the abattoir where the problem started to speak to the people. So basically they are speaking to factions in the recent disturbances. And you know there's a 4 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew in this area. So all are part of the reason why there's heavy security presence here, Kemini.
But what about the townspeople? What have you observed of this town and its people?
You know, the place is a busy town, but today it's very quiet. And I think it's because of the situation here, the heavy security here, and the curfew which has been imposed on the area. From where I sit, I can see a lot of them gathered here waiting to hear from the Deputy Interior Minister. And there are security cars here, armored vehicles all over, all to ensure that the problems here are not resurrected.
Well, thank you very much, Seth. We'll come back to you in subsequent broadcasts when new developments emerge. Now let's go to the central region, where some fishermen from, well, both the central and western regions who embarked on a stowaway to the United States have been arrested in Angola. The fishermen were allegedly thrown into the sea when they were discovered in the ship, but managed to survive until they were arrested by the Angolan authorities. The fishermen say the hardships they are going through is unbearable and want the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to intervene and get them released. Joy News correspondent Richard Kojo-Nyako has been investigating the story. He joins us over the telephone line. Now, just before we engage Richard over the telephone, let's take a listen to one of the fishermen.
What the foreigners do fishing for the Muslims for their Angola Ghana. Watching about to them taking informal by 5 minutes. No good prisoners are coming to the prison.
We are not in this prison alone. There are a lot of us here, about 500 other foreign nationals. One of my friends hid his phone in one of the mattresses. That is why we have access to speak with you. It's really hell here.
If you are a one to be here, but now you're coming to a part. There were 12 2 are coming to the airplane. They saw and they saw over 2 hours. They didn't know what 2 hours. You didn't do so at the belly be where for child. I didn't know what else to do. I didn't know what to do.
We want to come back to Ghana. We need the help of government to rescue us. We are going through a lot. We want the government to help us get back to Ghana.
And then so I'm
Richard Kojo-Nyako, who's been following this beat, is over the telephone. Good morning, Richard.
Good morning, Kevin.
Richard, tell us how this all began.
Well, these are fishermen from Elmina and some from the western region. They contacted one dealer who went in a ship in the western region, Takrady, that he could get them to the United States if they so wish. And they declared their intention of going. And so the dealer made them pay 1,000 Ghana each and then got them on board. In the middle of nowhere, where they could see no one, they were detected and were thrown into the sea, given a small canoe and some food items and their belongings that they came. So these fishermen, because the canoe that was given them was very small and couldn't accommodate them, they had to swim for 6 hours, swam, and they could see no one. They could see no one for help. But they were fortunate that they were fishermen that they could manage the swimming. And so they swam for a while, about 7 hours, and then they started shouting, and a boat that was passing came to their rescue and spotted them, and then they were arrested by the Angolan authorities.
Now we'll come back to the arrest, Richard, but let's go back to the beginning. When they contracted this middleman, where do they think they were going?
They were going to the United States. He told them that he could get them to the United States of America.
Oh, I see. But somewhere along the line, they were dropped off. Now, in Angola, do we know what happens to them now that they are in Angola?
Well, they are behind bars. They are in a cell, and they tell me that there are about 500 foreign nationals. And so when they detect that you are not from the country, then they send you there, and they give you food. You eat every Tuesday, and so if you eat today, it's not going to be possible for you to eat tomorrow. And they say that they are growing lean. And how they managed to communicate with us was that they had to smuggle one of the phones to the cell. They cut a plate open and put it there, and that's why they were able to communicate with their families here at Elmina. And so their families got in touch with us, and we decided to follow up.
And how are the family members responding to this? Have they reported to the authorities here in Ghana?
Yes, the family do not have anywhere to go. They are clueless as to what will happen, and so that is why they are calling on the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to get in touch with the Angolan embassy there for something to be done on the predicament of these fishermen.
Very well. Richard, we'll leave it here. Thank you very much. Well, when we see you again at midday on News Today, we will digest this issue further. We'll get in touch with the Foreign Affairs Ministry, find out what happens to these people. We'll also speak to the family members of these fishermen who are currently locked up in Angola. You want to make time to watch us in about an hour's time. Thank you very much for staying through the program, though. My name is Kimini Nyamani. Visit myjoyonline.com for more news. Stay on for JN Interactive with Ifwakwa Harrison. Good morning.